Well, you never know what type of starting lineup head coach Ken Garcia is going to bring out for the Beat Diggers. This is the third different starting lineup, Jen, and the only mainstay in the lineup is Mitch Tormolen. You've got Bryce Needens, along with Randy Baker. Jeffrey Dunker has been a starter for the most part, and Jake Nichols. Other than that, Coach Garcia is just rotating because these guys pretty much get the same number of minutes. And it really doesn't matter as far as he's concerned who starts, with the exception of Tormolen and certainly Dunker, who's the best ball handler on the team.
Yeah, and I think, a lot of times that hearing your voice over the announcements kind of thing, that kind of pumps you up a little bit too. So I think he's trying to get everybody their fair share.
All right, Dalton Reisner at 6'6". One of the starters here for Wiggins, along with Levi Schutz, who's a 5'9" junior. And one of the starters still wearing his uniform, but Taryn Freehoff, along with Ryan Ernst. And we'll get the fifth member momentarily, and that is Tanner Freehoff. Gotta love that when two starters have the same last name, same initials. Tanner Freehoff, Taryn Freehoff, Levi Schutz, Dalton Reisner, and Ryan Ernst. Dalton Reisner, big, strong kid. Jumping center with Mitch Tormolen. He's going to be tough to handle down low. And the tip is controlled by Brush. Randy Baker with the basketball. Game 2 is underway. Brush girls won tonight 50-33 over Wiggins. Needens with the basketball. Back out near the timeline to Dunker. On the outside left to Baker. Baker holding the ball up high, dribbling towards the free throw line. In the lane, all the way, scoops it up, and that's an air ball. Rebound to Tormolen. Might have been partially tipped. Tormolen with the basketball. Back out to Needens. He was fouled in the lane. And the Wiggins foul was committed by Levi Schutz. To throw it in is Bryce Needens. Needens looking for a cutter. Gets rid of it at the feet of Jacob Nichols, out of bounds. That was a terrible pass by Needens. And the Beat Diggers turn it over. Here comes Wiggins the other way. Tanner Freehoff with the basketball on the outside right. And then a foul, I think, on Reisner. A moving screen. Now, if Reisner's in any foul trouble, then Wiggins goes pretty darn small. Needens to throw it in. And he committed his first foul less than 30 seconds into the game. Over to Dunker. Dunker on the outside left to Needens. Down low for Baker, poked away, but that's a foul from behind by Tanner Freehoff. And already Wiggins has committed 3 fouls. We could see quite a few free throws unless they start disciplining their defense. They've committed 3 fouls in 38 seconds. Needens to trigger it in. To the right of the basket, left corner for Tormolen. Dribbling to his right in the lane for Dunker. Ball poked away, loose to the floor, and a tie-up. And that's going to go over to Wiggins. That was a very risky pass thrown by Tormolen to Dunker.
It was. We haven't had any real flow yet to the game. They're in a man-to-man. I think we're in a man-to-man, so it needs to get moving.
Freehoff to Schutz with the basketball. Back out to Taryn Freehoff. Taryn dribbling to his right at the top. Lobs it for Reisner at the free throw line. Right of the lane, in the lane, all the way. Banks scores. Fouled. Dalton Reisner to the line to shoot one. And the Beat Digger foul was committed by Tormolen. And again, it's going to be tough for him tonight. Dalton Reisner to shoot one. And Reisner is 6'6" and stacked. He's got body mass everywhere. The free throw is short. Tormolen with his second rebound. The outlet to Dunker. Dunker on the outside right, and he carried the ball. Rush just turned it over 3 times, and we only played a minute 3.
Well, it looks like we're going to add a little backcourt pressure here, see if we can get ourselves back in the flow.
Tanner Freehoff with the basketball. Into the front court, double team. Bounce pass to Taryn. Taryn against Baker. At the free throw line. Now to Reisner in the lane. Spins it back out. Tanner Freehoff, 3 in the air. Well short. Randy Baker has the rebound for Brush. Baker wants to run. Over to Tormolen. A dribble. Then he lost the basketball. And it's picked up over there by Ryan Ernst. That's 4 turnovers for Brush. Wiggins coming the other way in the right corner with the basketball. Shoots against Dunker. Wiggins leads 2-0. Over to Ryan Ernst. Bounce pass at the top for Taryn Freehoff. Freehoff against Baker. Gets a pick. Back out to Reisner against Baker. Reisner kicks it back out to Freehoff. Now left corner to Taryn Freehoff. Lobs it down low for Reisner underneath the basket. Banks and scores. Reisner 4, Brush nothing. Dunker into the front court for Brush. On the outside right. Crossover dribble. Dribbles by a defender all the way. Scoops it up, and he's fouled on the floor by, that should be Reisner. That's his second. Yeah, but Reisner's got to know that if he's out of the game, this team takes on a different look altogether, and here comes a substitution for Wiggins. Let's see, are they wearing 20? Who's wearing 20 here? For Wiggins.
Nobody.
Well, nobody that we've got on this roster. Reisner is out. Well, that just burns me up. Garcia in for Brush. Tormolen with a basketball in the lane. Jump pass, left baseline to Kyle Rosenbrock into the game. Down low for Dunker. Turns, shoots, bangs, scores. Jeffrey Dunker with a strong move to the bucket. Wiggins 4, Brush 2. 5:35 to go in the first. And Dunker knocks the ball off the foot of Tanner Freehoff out of bounds. Yeah, Dunker has got great hands. No question about that. Here comes Garcia the other way. Garcia with the basketball. On the outside, left to Dunker. Dunker in the lane. Jump pass down low for Tormolen. He banks and he misses. And the rebound controlled and banked in by Rosenbrock. Rosenbrock always plays taller than he is. Deadlocked at 4. 5:08 to go in the opening quarter. In the left corner, shoots with a basketball. Left to the free throw line, Tanner Freehoff. Nearly stripped, now lost the basketball. Tries to save it in, could not. He dribbled the ball on the end line there. Second turnover for Wiggins. After that basket by Dunker, looks like the Beat Diggers are now in a rhythm. Maybe not much of one yet, but at least 4-0 is now 4-4, and the Beat Diggers can take their first lead of the game. Lob pass at the top for Tormolen. Tormolen turns around, dribbles towards the free throw line. 17-foot pull-up is off to the right. And the rebound is controlled by Tanner Freehoff. Long pass intercepted and a foul. Intercepted there by Jake Brown. And then the foul committed over there by Taryn Freehoff. Beat Digger basketball just beyond midcourt. In the backcourt, Garcia throws it into Dunker. Dunker back to Garcia at the top for Tormolen. Hands it off to Dunker. Dunker left of the lane. Crossover dribble, lost the basketball, kicks it back out to Garcia. 4:28 to go in the first, deadlocked at 4. Garcia takes the 3, in and out. Dunker has the rebound. Dunker in the lane, tries to force it up, and he scores off the glass. Boy, Jeffrey Dunker. I tell you, he can do virtually anything he wants to on the basketball court. He is multi-talented. 6-4 Beat Diggers. They're on a 6-0 run. Ernst with the basketball at the free throw line. Then the ball was kicked by Rosenbrock. It will stay with Wiggins. And to throw it in will be Taryn Freehoff. Bounce pass in the left corner for Ernst. Back to Taryn Freehoff. Left corner, Tanner Freehoff. 3 in the air, no good. Strong side rebound is controlled by Jeffrey Dunker. Dunker across the timeline, at the top, outside right, Garcia. Long 3 is up and in and out. And the rebound to Rosenbrock. He goes back up, and he is fouled as he misses. Rosenbrock knows how to use his body perfectly, even when he's behind another player, and that foul was committed by Ryan Ernst. And to the line is Rosenbrock.
You're right, he does, and it seems to be, it runs in the family, because his brother and his sister also were that way.
Free throw is up and perfect. Accidents or illness can strike at any time, day or night, and when they do, every second counts. As a Level 3 trauma center, Colorado Plains Medical Center is ready to handle any kind of emergency. Colorado Plains Medical Center bringing quality care to the community. Second free throw is in. Rush 8, Wiggins 4. The Beat Diggers on an 8-0 run with 3:47 to go in the opening quarter. Rush girls already defeated Wiggins 50-33, and Rosenbrock knocks the ball out of bounds. And we got another new number in there for Wiggins, I think. No, that's Hazen Reisner. And Reisner has the basketball on the outside right, near the top to Ernst. Dribbling to his right against Rosenbrock. Tries to force it up, and a tie-up I don't know what Ernst was doing there, but he had no lane, no angle, and 3 beat diggers there. And the possession arrow goes over to Brush. And Garcia to throw it in, and Wiggins has not scored since Reisner was taken out of the game in foul trouble. In fact, he's got the only 4 points. Here's Austin Garcia for Brush at the top. On the outside right to Jake Brown. Brown at the top for Ben Mickey. On the high right for Cranston. Cranston dribbling to his left, kicks it back out to Rosenbrock. Outside left for Garcia. Garcia dribbles into the lane, pulls up. The shot is good. Nice straightaway right-handed shot by Austin Garcia. Brush is now on a 10-0 run. 10-4, 3 minutes to go. First quarter. Where the basketball is Schutz. Now here is Taryn Freehoff at the free throw line. Bounce pass, right corner for Schutz. Back out Taryn Freehoff, 3 in the air. It's nothing but glass. That was ugly. And the rebound to Trey Cranston, a Brush. Cranston across the timeline on the outside right. Back over to Ben Mickey. Mickey behind the three-point line. Bounce pass in the lane to Brown. His shot is missed, but he's fouled. Jake Brown to the line. Foul was committed by Tanner Freehoff. That's his second. We got 2 players with 2 fouls, and here is Jake Brown to shoot 2 for Brush. The first free throw is in. Serving you the best coffees, lattes, and smoothies. Willow Coffee, Tea, and Smoothies. Open 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., 921 Edison Street in Brush. Second free throw is upcoming. And that is up and around and off to the right, and the ball is volleyballed around. Loose. Rosenbrock tries to save it and cannot. Wiggins basketball with 2:32 to go in the opening quarter. Brush is on an 11-0 run. And they lead 11-4. Baseball pass towards Reisner, knocked out of bounds as Dalton Reisner's back into the game. And head coach Kevin Olson figured, we got to get him back in. I don't care if he's in foul trouble because he's the only one who scored so far.
Well, and Reisner's got to be smart about it. He's got to understand that's part of the game, that he has to avoid getting the foul trouble.
Taryn Freehoff with the basketball in the backcourt, gets a pick from Dalton Reisner. Freehoff hands it off to Dalton Reisner, and then he traveled. Well, you hand it off to a center 30 feet away from the basket. He wasn't sure what to do with that basketball. Beat digger basketball, Cranston to throw it in. And Garcia will set up the offense for Brush. Garcia at the top, behind his back, in the lane, feeds it down low off the foot of Cranston or off the lower leg. Beat diggers turn it over. Here comes Wiggins the other way. And that's Kaysen Reisner over to Taryn Freehoff, down low for Dalton Reisner. And we've got a push from behind by Kyle Rosenbrock. Rosenbrock with his first foul. He had some words with the official. And to throw it in will be Taryn Freehoff. With an even 2 minutes to go, Cade Carlson in the game for Wiggins, replacing Levi Schutz. Taryn Freehoff to trigger it in for Reisner, and he banks and he scores. Reisner cut to the basket. I mean, he's the lone offense for Wiggins. 11-6 Brush, a minute 51 to go. That stops an 11-0 Brush run. Garcia with the basketball near the top of the outside left for Mickey. Mickey back out to Cranston. Cranston right of the lane. Over to Garcia. Fakes the three. Into the lane. Turns, spins, shoots, scores! Garcia 14 feet away. Garcia now with 4. The sophomore has given Brush a 13-6 lead. And we've got a travel in the backcourt by Kaysen Reisner. 6 turnover for Wiggins. Beat digger basketball with a minute 26 to go. Look to the team at Valley View for rehab, short-term, or long-term care needs. Stop by 815 Fremont or call them 867-8261. You don't have to close on your house alone. Northern Colorado Title, 130 West Kiowa and Fort Morgan, will provide you with a stress-free closing. Here's Cranston in the lane, lost the ball, and it's out of bounds off his foot. I think he thought it was stripped away, but the official saw it differently. Turnover number 6 for Brush, equaling Wiggins' total. Brush 13, Wiggins 6, a minute 12 to go, opening quarter. I'm John Beltran with Jen Goodall. Tanner Freehoff on the outside left to Kaysen Reisner. Lob in the right corner. Here's Ryan Ernst spinning, double team, he traveled. Yeah, Ernst has got to get rid of it, especially when 2 beat diggers are on top of him. Had a couple of mistakes the last 2 times he's touched the ball. And Garcia to throw it in.
Well, mostly it just has to be that he can make those moves. He just has to wait till they pass the ball around a few more times, and then it will be open.
Garcia across the timeline for Brush. At the top, dribbling to his left. Dribbling left of the lane, in the lane, scoops it up off the glass, too strong. Ball is tipped by Rosenbrock into the hands of Brown. Now Garcia, right corner, 3. No good. Cranston then throws it off the Wiggins Tiger. Nope. He threw it off the Tiger and threw it off himself as well. It deflected both ways. Wiggins basketball, B-Diggers will apply the pressure. Yeah, Cranston thought he threw it off the Tiger, and it didn't deflect back towards him, but the official saw it that way.
Well, he was out of bounds when it actually hit him, so that stays Wiggins' ball.
On the outside left, Ryan Ernst with a basketball near the top to Cade Carlson. Back out to Kazen Reisner, now to Tanner Freehoff, stripped, but he gets the ball back down low for Reisner, turns, Banks misses, rebound Reisner, Banks scores. Reisner with 8 in the game. And that's all Wiggins has got, 13-8 Brush. 12 seconds to go before the end of the first quarter. On the outside right, Cranston with 8. Cranston with 6. Cranston with 5, just holding the ball, dribbling to his left. As you know, the clock. Here's Garcia, long 3. That is off the bottom of the rim. I'm not sure if Cranston was aware of the situation. After 8 minutes, Brush 13, Wiggins 8 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Jeffrey Dunker, Randy Baker, Mitch Tormolen, as well as Jacob Nichols and Bryce Needens to begin the second for Brush. Tanner Freehoff, Taryn Freehoff, Cade Carlson, Dalton Reisner, and Kazen Reisner for the Wiggins Tigers. Wiggins basketball. Brush leads 13-8. Tanner Freehoff to Dalton Reisner. I think they're going to let Dalton Reisner have his points and control everybody else. Tanner Freehoff right in the lane all the way, blocked out of bounds by Tormolen on the drive to the basket. Wiggins retains possession. Dalton Reisner to throw it in. Reisner in the right corner to Tanner Freehoff. Bounce pass to Reisner, muscles his way, and blocked by Tormolen. And then we've got a traveling violation on Tormolen. And to throw it in for Wiggins will be Taryn Freehoff. Bounce pass to Kazen Reisner, back to Taryn Freehoff. On the outside left to Carlson. Back out to Taryn Freehoff, guarded by Randy Baker. B-Diggers in a man-to-man. And then Dunker with a strip. Dunker ahead to Baker. Baker with 1 to beat. All the way, scoops it down low to Needens. He banks and misses. Put back Nichols, and he scores. Jacob Nichols with a bucket. The B-Diggers now with a 15-8 lead. And Randy Baker tries to save it in off the errant pass and does. There's going to be a tie-up, and that'll be B-Digger basketball. That play was made by Randy Baker as Nichols was tied up with Kazen Reisner, and into the game now for Wiggins. Well, they're utilizing everybody here. That'll be Tucker Teague, only a freshman. It's tough to keep track of this roster. Well, the B-Diggers leading 15-8. Bryce Needens with the basketball. I mean, they got more players on their team than an NBA team. Needens retreating towards the timeline. On the outside right to Dunker. At the free throw line, Tormolen. Lob down low for Baker. Banks and scores off the feed from Tormolen. Baker with his first points of the game. B-Diggers apply the press. Rush 17, Wiggins 8. Backcourt pressure, the lob towards Dalton Reisner. Now over to Teague. Teague back to Reisner, crosses midcourt. He traveled. He did take that extra hop. Turnover number 10 for Wiggins. The B-Diggers have 7. And Brush now with a 9-point lead. Brush has won by 29 and by 5 this season. And the 5-point victory was against an Akron team that if they stay healthy, because they're limited, could go very deep in the 2A playoffs. Nichols on the outside right at the top for Tormolen. In the left corner, Dunker. He traveled. Yep, he shifted those feet. 8 turnovers for Brush. A little bit of a sloppy game when you look at it. 25 points, and so far he got 18 turnovers. That's not a good ratio.
Well, and 9 fouls, 7 of them being from Wiggins, or more than that.
Right. I mean, I don't think those turnovers are necessarily pressure defense. Lots of careless plays.
Yep.
In the backcourt, Taryn Freehoff lob towards Reisner. The ball is tipped away by Needens, taken away by Tormolen. Another turnover for Wiggins. Edens with the basketball at the free throw line, into the lane, right baseline shot is well short. Tormolen has the ball for Brush. He's got to get it back out to Nichols. Here is Jeffrey Dunker. Dunker with the ball in the lane. He's going to have to kick it back out to Baker. Baker on the outside right to Needens. Needens dribbles again, shoots in the lane. His runner off the glass is too strong, but he was fouled. Bryce Needens to the line. A lot of contact there by Levi Schutz. His second foul. That's 3 players with 2 fouls, and Kevin Olson's going to have to unload the entire bench if that continues for Wiggins. As Needens will deliver a couple of free throws. First free throw barely got to the rim. Don't let finances stand in your way of pursuing a college education. Visit MCC online at morgancc.edu or stop by the campus for a personal advising session. Second free throw is short. Rebound to Reisner. That'll get you on the right track and find out what options are available to you at MCC. And then trapped at midcourt is Tanner Free off timeout Wiggins. Kevin Olson calls it. 30-second timeout with the Beat Diggers up by a score of 17-8. But they now know, the Tigers do, that they've got to get somebody involved in the offense besides Dalton Reisner.
They do, and I'm honestly surprised because they're double teaming him. I mean, when he gets the ball, they're trying to double team him. Brush Beat Diggers are. That they wouldn't slide and be open for the kickout, or Reisner maybe just isn't seeing it as he's trying to turn. And
he's so big and strong.
He is, and he has good footwork. I mean, his footwork is pretty good for...
I mean, why kick it out if you're that close to the basket, you're that strong, and his 8 points are about 4 little 5-foot bankers.
Right.
He's not going to kick it out, you know. But if he might want to do that once in a while to open up that offense.
Well, and eventually they're going to... If he's going to hold it the whole time, then they're going to drop 2 or 3 more players down there.
There's the inbounds to Tanner Freehoff. He definitely walked. He dragged that back foot. He thought he didn't, but there's no doubt that he was dragging the back foot. Turnover number 12 for Wiggins. Wiggins has not scored in the first 2 minutes and 20 seconds of the second quarter. Brush 17, Wiggins 8. Needens into the front court for Brush. Dribbles again, shoots. Pulls up from 13. Yes! Bryce Needens with a jumper. Beat Diggers up by 11. Into the front court. Shoots with a basketball. And he's fouled by Tormolen. And that'll be the third team foul against Brush. Second by Tormolen. More than likely, he's going to take a seat on the bench in favor of Kyle Rosenbrock, who checks into the game.
Did you like his shoes? I warned you about those.
Yeah, they're fluorescent green or
and there's some pink on there, so I'm thinking 1980s prom.
Yeah, no. You and I are disagreeing on that, only because you were like 4 in 1980. 3 in the corner is going to be around and no good by Tanner Freehoff. Rebound to Randy Baker. We'll work on a nickname for him. Last year, Captain America. Dunker into the front court. Swings it to Bryce Needens. Right baseline shot around and no good. And Kyle Rosenbrock went over the back. Rosenbrock commits his second. Well, he could find a seat on the bench right now with 5:09 to go in the second. Yep,
and there he goes.
And Jake Brown is in. Brush 19, Wiggins 8.
That's a tall order to try and stop Reisner.
Here is Taryn Freehoff crossing midcourt, wide open, and the banker is up and in by Cade Carlson. He was waiting by himself underneath the basket. Wiggins took 3 minutes to score in the second quarter. Brush 19, Wiggins 10. Baker at the top of the basketball, dribbling left of the lane, left baseline. Dunker penetrates all the way, scoops it up, and around it, no good. Dalton Reisner has a rebound, long pass to Carlson. Shot is blocked out of there by Needham. Follow is no good, and the rebound to Jake Brown. And the other way, here come the Beat Diggers. Here's Dunker in the lane, down low, and banked and missed by Needham. Oh, he had an easy shot. Dalton Reisner grabs the rebound. Oh, boy, you couldn't miss that. If you're Needham, that was too easy. Up and down action, 4:19 to go, second quarter. Brush 19, Wiggins 10. With a basketball, Taryn Freehoff, bounce pass intended for Carlson, out of bounds. Turnover number 13 for Wiggins. And they're going to say it's Wiggins basketball. I certainly didn't see that ball touched by Brush. Even Wiggins is confused by that.
I'm confused, yeah.
Yeah, that's not a good call. I mean, all the players went to the other end knowing that wasn't touched. With a basketball, Tucker T cannot handle it. That's a turnover. Taken away by Nichols into the game. Nichols to Dunker. Lob down low for Brown. He banks and scores to the right of the basket. Jake Brown with 3 points. Brush back up by double figures. Brush 21, Wiggins 10. Baseball pass near the timeline. Taken by Hazen Reisner. Reisner's going to give it to Tucker Teague. Back out to Taryn Freehoff. Jump pass outside right to Tanner Freehoff. Dribbling to his left. Spinning in the right corner to Teague. Teague double team. Back out to Taryn Freehoff against Dunker. Jump pass taken by Carlson. 14-foot pull-up. Around and good. And a foul by Jacob Nichols. Cade Carlson to the line. And Nichols commits his first. Well, that's the thing. You don't want to jump at a shooter. You want to jump straight up and get your hand up there. But he jumped right towards the shooter, had his whole body go into him and hacked him.
Well, and a lot of times just even standing there and letting them jump into you.
There was separation there, though, at least at the beginning, but he closed in on him. The free throw by Carlson is in the air, and that's off the back of the rim. And a tie-up for the rebound. That's going to stay with Wiggins. Ryan Ernst tied up with Trey Cranston and Jacob Nichols. And Dalton Reisner to throw it in for Wiggins with 3:39 to go, second quarter. Rush 21, Wiggins 12. Right corner, Taryn Freehoff. Down low, Reisner banks and misses. Rebound controlled by Dunker. Here come the Beat Diggers. They want to run. It's a 3-on-2, and he turned the ball over. That will be Wiggins basketball. And to throw it in will be Tanner Freehoff. Oh, they had an easy layup with a 3-on-2 because they were spreading the floor nicely. Carlson dribbles to his right. Back out to Taryn Freehoff. He pulls up from 17. That's off the back of the rim. And the rebound is controlled by Dunker. Then he's tied up by Carlson. Beat Digger basketball. Possession arrow pointing in their direction. Garcia back into the game for Brush with Cranston, Brown, Nichols, and Dunker. You know what that means. You got some good players on the bench.
That's right.
Here comes Cranston right in the lane, and he runs right into a Wiggins Tiger and Ryan Ernst. Cranston commits the offensive foul, and he was just way out of control on that play. In the backcourt, Taryn Freehoff to Ryan Ernst. Ernst dribbles by two into the front court, over to Taryn Freehoff on the outside left. Jump pass intercepted by Dunker. Dunker with the basketball behind his back. Wide open is Brown. He bangs and scores. Oh, what a nice job by Jeffrey Dunker. Brown now with 5. The other way, here's Reisner. He was fouled. That'll be the 16th foul against Brush. And that's actually a good foul. He could have had an easy lane to the basket. Foul was committed by Austin Garcia. So to throw it in for Wiggins, trailing 23-12, will be Taryn Freehoff. 2:57 to go, second quarter. In the left corner, Tanner Freehoff jumpers up and an air ball. Dunker is fouled from behind by Cade Carlson. 19th foul, 1-and-1 situation. And Dunker to the line to shoot the 1-and-1. Rush's local Napa and Hardware Hanks and Small Engine Repair Shop is Hometown Auto and Hardware. Stop by and let them help you at Hometown Auto and Hardware, 1305 Edison Street in Brush. Free throw is in the air, and that's perfect by Jeffrey Dunker. Second free throw upcoming with the Beat Diggers leading 24-12. Spins, shoots, off to the right. Reisner with his 5th rebound. The kick out to Taryn Freehoff across midcourt. Dribbling along the right baseline, double team. Jump pass to Ernst. Ernst to the free throw line, 15-foot rainbow off the bottom of the rim. Jacob Nichols has the rebound for Brush. On the outlet to Dunker. Dunker on the outside left at the free throw line. Right wing Cranston inside the three-point line, and he pulled the string. The rebound to Nichols. He misses. The rebound and putback is up and in by Jake Brown. Brown has 6 in the quarter, and then the Beat Diggers come up with a steal. And the ball is loose, and Wiggins comes up with another steal. Carlson ahead of the field. He banks it in. Carlson scores. He's got all 6 points for Wiggins in the quarter. Rush 26, Wiggins 14, 2:07 to go before the break. Cranston on the outside right, well behind the three-point line. They'll just slow it down, and it's a good thing, Jen. I think this game has been out of control at times.
It has, and I was thinking that they would get something set up here.
Shot is missed by Cranston. Reisner gets the rebound, and then a foul, 17th foul against Brush. Not a good foul. That was committed by Jeffrey Dunker, his first. So Dalton Reisner to the stripe to shoot the 1-and-1 with 1:49 to go. Here in the second quarter. Brush has controlled this game for the most part. Letter jackets, T-shirts, and more. Bijou T-Quest, 302 Main Street in Fort Morgan for all of your sports apparel. The free throw is up and in. Reisner now with 9 points in the game. Second free throw upcoming. That's in the air, and that is good as well. 26-16. Brush leads Wiggins. Cranston into the front court for Brush on the outside right to Garcia. Dribbling to his left at the free throw line in the lane, had the ball stripped. He got it back over to Cranston, 3 in the air, and he pulled the string again, well short. Reisner has the rebound. That's Reisner's 7th board already. On the outside left, Kaysen Reisner, fouled by Dunker. 1-and-1 situation. Again, Dunker with his second foul. He's going to be taken out of the game in favor of Randy Baker. So Kaysen Reisner, a 6-foot freshman. To shoot the 1-and-1. He bends. He shoots. He misses. Back rim. Randy Baker has his third rebound for Brush on the outlet to Cranston. Brush still leading by double figures, but it's down to 10, 26-16. With 1:14 to go on the outside right, Garcia with the basketball. Garcia looking. He'll take a long three, and that is short. Cranston with a rebound. Nice job by Trey Cranston grabbing a tough rebound. Right corner. Round three off the side of the backboard. Cranston tries to save it in. Does to Baker. Baker down low for Ben Mickey. Mickey fades, shoots, scores on the left baseline. Ben Mickey. Well, that was some good basketball by Brush. 28-16. 44 seconds to go. Cranston doing a nice job on the boards there. Tucker Teague in the right corner for Levi, shoots. Back out, intercepted by Baker. Baker with a basketball. It's a 3-on-2. Baker swings it to Mickey, and his shot is blocked out of there. Taken by Garcia. Over to Baker. Baker leans, shoots, misses back rim. And the ball is controlled over there by Ryan Ernst, and Ernst threw it away. So Ernst throws it away. Here come the B-Diggers. Garcia, left corner three, and that hits the rim, no good. And Baker has the rebound for Brush, and it looked like Baker was fouled with 13.7 seconds to go. Baker will go to the line to shoot two. And the foul was committed by Kaysen Reisner. So here's Baker. The free throw is up and in. That's two free throws for Randy Baker with a double bonus. Cade Carlson back in for Levi, shoots. B-Diggers back up to a Baker's dozen lead. Second free throw. Squish! Baker with four. Brush leads 30-16. And then that pass tipped to the backcourt, intercepted by Ben Mickey. Here's Mickey to Cranston, looks up at the clock with 6 seconds to go. Over to Garcia, jump pass to Cranston, fakes the three, dribbles left of the lane, 15-foot pull-up off to the left. And that is the end of the opening half with a score. Brush 30, Wiggins 16 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Brush 30, Wiggins 16 as we head to the second half. John Beltran with Jen Goodall. Our next game will be on Saturday at 4 o'clock when the B-Diggers are in Denver to take on Bishop Matchbuff. That'll be our lone game coming up this weekend. We'll have Brush B-Digger Wrestling on Friday at home against Mesa Ridge starting at 6:30. Brush with a 17-8 second quarter. Blew this game open at the time. Part of the reason they hold the 30-16 lead over Wiggins is the B-Diggers are attempted to start the season 3-0. And that test on Saturday against Matchbuff should be a pretty good one as well. Beat Diggers are already 1-0 in Denver this year, and they'll be making a return trip to a team with a little bit better resume coming up on Saturday. It'll be Tanner Freehoff, Dalton Reisner, Ryan Ernst, Taryn Freehoff, and Levi Schutz for Wiggins, Jeffrey Dunker, Mitch Tormolen, Jake Nichols, Randy Baker, and Bryce Needens for the Beat Diggers. Wiggins to throw it in. 16 more minutes of basketball tonight. And the second half is underway. Tanner Freehoff crossing the timeline. On the outside right to Taryn Freehoff against Dunker. Dribbling towards the top. Looking, spinning. Bounce pass back out to Ernst. Right at the lane. Over to Tanner Freehoff. Three in the air is no good. Rebound to Reisner. Spins, and he misses that one. Rebound to Reisner. The hook shot, he misses, but he's fouled. Dalton Reisner to the line. The foul was committed by Mitch Tormolen. That's his third. Reisner is one rebound short of a double-double 20 seconds into the third. The free throw is good. Second free throw upcoming for Dalton Reisner. Northeastern Colorado's locally owned hometown savings and loan with locations in Fort Morgan and Brush. Equitable savings and loan. Brush 30, Wiggins 18. 2 for 2 from the line. Needens left of the lane, backs up, straight away Rosenbrock. He'll take the three, and he will miss it off the back of the rim. Reisner now has the double-double. That's 10 rebounds. Reisner spins, looks, feeds it to Taryn Freehoff, and we have a traveling violation. Turnover number 17. Needens to throw it in for Brush. In the backcourt to Dunker. Dunker against Taryn Freehoff on the outside left to Baker. Baker with a couple of dribbles gets a pick from Rosenbrock. 16-footer in and out. Reisner grabs rebound number 11 and then commits the turnover. Reisner's going to end up with a triple-double. Turnover is going to be the third column. He's made a few of those turnovers.
That's a bad one, though. I don't know if they count that in triple-doubles.
Baker with a basketball on the outside right. Needens, he'll take the three. He'll make the three. Bryce Needens with 5. Beat Diggers lead by 15. 1 minute into the second half. Brush 33, Wiggins 18. Tanner Freehoff, bounce pass on the outside left to Taryn Freehoff. Guarded by Baker, gets a pick from Reisner. Back to his left, cut off by Baker, looking. Cross-court pass, Tanner Freehoff, 3 in the air. No good. Rebound to Bryce Needens. Needens with his first board of the game. Needens across midcourt. On the outside left, at the top for Baker, in the lane, 10-foot pull-up, around and good for Randy Baker. He's got 6. Brush has scored the first 5 points, or 5 of the first 7 points, I should say, and the last 5 here in the game. 35-18 Brush. Tanner Freehoff, 6:22 to go in the third with the basketball to Dalton Reisner. Picks up the dribble on the outside left to Ernst. Against Nichols, tries to dribble by 2, and then travels. 19 turnovers for Wiggins, the Beat Diggers with 10. And if this continues, Wiggins head coach Kevin Olson is going to call a timeout sometime soon because they're down by 17. Near that right corner, Rosenbrock with a basketball. In the lane to Nichols, takes a dribble, pulls up, shot is short. Reisner has the rebound, fouled by Nichols from behind. Nichols with a second foul. And that will be Wiggins basketball. Opening tip tonight was brought to you by Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance with locations in Brush and Fort Morgan. They can help you with your home, car, health, or life insurance questions or needs. Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance. Here is Taryn Freehoff. Jump pass to shoot. Straight away, Tanner Freehoff fakes. Pulls up. Shot is no good. He's probably got to be about 0 for 8 from the field because he's not scored. He's taken a bunch of threes, and Tanner Freehoff is stone cold as the ball goes out of bounds, and the Beat Diggers will have it. Needens into the front court for Brush. Right of the lane, back out to Rosenbrock. At the free throw line for Nichols. Bounce pass inside, a risky pass, intercepted, but re-intercepted here by Rosenbrock. Down low for Baker, fade, shoots, misses, rebound, Rosenbrock. He was fouled. Oh no, he went over the back? Or are they going to say it's Needens instead? Yeah, Needens committed the foul.
Okay. I was going to say, I didn't think Kyle, he did a good job. He was on the inside. To
throw it in will be Taryn Freehoff. With Brush leading Wiggins 35-18, 5.5 to go in the third. Ryan Ernst across midcourt, dribbling high left along the baseline, now double teamed, has to get rid of the basketball. Instead, he is tied up by Kyle Rosenbrock. Possession arrow stays with Wiggins. And we've got a 30-second timeout called by Wiggins. Yeah, with the B-Diggers pressure defense, you cannot afford to dribble into a corner. I mean, you can't do that at any time, but especially with that pressure defense.
Well, and you also have to make sure that you have somewhere to go with it once you get where you're going, if that makes any sense to anybody.
Well, absolutely. I mean, it's a team game. It's not 1 against 5. Stop, shop, and save with all of your grocery needs and snacks for game time enjoyment at the Brush Grocery Cart, 1302 West Edison Street in Brush. Stubbs Gas and Oil, I-76 and Highway 39 in Wiggins. Don't delay and get there to see why convenience is Stubbs' middle name. Stubbs Gas and Oil, 5:22 to go, third quarter. John Beltran alongside Jen Goodall. Brush 35, Wiggins 18. There's the lob towards Kaysen Reisner, poked away but taken by Tanner Freehoff. In the right corner for Ernst, penetrates right baseline, cut off by Nichols. Bounce pass is poked away by Baker but cannot save it in. It will stay with the Wiggins Tigers. And to throw it in is going to be Taryn Freehoff. Freehoff in the corner with the basketball. Looking, lobs it towards Reisner, poked away by Dunker just into the game. 21st turnover by Wiggins. Rosenbrock on the outside right with the basketball. Back out to Dunker straight away. Dunker dribbling, backing up behind the three-point line. Now at the free throw line, right side to Baker. Pulls up from 10, around short, and B-Diggers collided with each other. Then the ball was knocked out of bounds by another B-Digger and Kyle Rosenbrock. That will be Wiggins basketball with 4:54 to go in the third. 35-18 in favor of the B-Diggers. In the backcourt is Tanner Freehoff. Across the timeline, dribbling high left against Dunker. Freehoff then nearly stripped by Dunker, lost the basketball, got it back over to Dalton Reisner. Overhead pass to Taryn Freehoff. He'll take the three. Yes. Taryn Freehoff hits the first three-pointer for Wiggins tonight. They had missed about close to 8 or 9 before that. 35-21 Brush. 4:24 to go, third quarter. Baker with the basketball on the outside right. Back out to Needens. On the outside left to Dunker, left of the lane, in the lane, all the way, scoops it up off the glass and in. Jeffrey Dunker with a beautiful move. He's got 7. And then that overhead pass tipped out of bounds. It stays with Wiggins just beyond midcourt. Jake Brown, Trey Cranston, and Austin Garcia check in for Jake Nichols, Randy Baker, and Bryce Needens. B-Diggers up by 16. 37-21 for Wiggins. It'll be Taryn Freehoff to throw it in. The inbounds pass near the timeline to Kaysen Reisner. Back to Freehoff, over to Dalton Reisner. Reisner well behind the three-point line, not where he's normally situated. Over to Tanner Freehoff, now to Kaysen Reisner. In the paint to Dalton Reisner. Turns, banks, misses, too strong. And Ryan Ernst and Trey Cranston tie up for the ball. Possession arrow Brush. Austin Garcia to throw it in. More than midway through the third quarter, the B-Diggers lead by 16. Their biggest advantage has been 17. Dunker on the outside left. Dunker, cross-court pass to Garcia. Garcia to Dunker, wide open 15-footer. Yes! That was pretty by Jeffrey Dunker. 9 points in the game. Long pass intended for Ernst. Off his right hand out of bounds. Wiggins turns it over for the 22nd time. The B-Diggers with 11, only 1 in this quarter. And Garcia with the basketball for Brush with 3:25 to go in the third. Brush up by 18. Garcia at the free throw line, in the lane, all the way, puts up a wild shot. Missed, taken away by Dalton Reisner. Ryan Ernst travels in the backcourt. Turnover for Wiggins is their 23rd. Timeout. Timeout called by Wiggins. 3:16 to go, third quarter. Brush 39, Wiggins 21 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. The B-Diggers have the basketball with 3:16 to go in the third. Brush 39, Wiggins 21. Garcia to throw it in. Underneath the basket, looking. Bounce pass to the cutting Rosenbrock. Lost it, got it back along the right baseline. Rosenbrock against Dalton Reisner. Down low for Cranston. Cranston in the lane, has to back it out in the bounce to Dunker. Dunker all the way, banks and scores. Dunker drove to the basket. He's having a big third quarter with 6 points, 11 in the game. Brush 41, Wiggins 21, with 2:55 to go third quarter. Reisner to Tanner Freehoff. Freehoff on the outside left to Kaysen Reisner, now to Dalton Reisner. He will hand it off on the right side to Taryn Freehoff. Bounce pass to Kaysen Reisner, poked away by Jake Brown. Foul from behind by Ryan Ernst. That'll be the first team foul for Wiggins here in the second half. Second personal for Ernst. Boy, Wiggins has really struggled in this quarter. 8 turnovers and 5 points.
Both defenses are playing man-to-man, so it's who can pick better and who can make the cuts better right now.
Here's Cranston for Brush on the high left. Bee Diggers will spread it out. They're not going to get the 71 points tonight, but their defense is so good they don't need to. Outside left for Cranston. He'll back up. Cross-court pass to Garcia. Garcia dribbling to his left. Cross-court to Cranston in the left corner for Jake Brown. Over to Cranston. Cranston, corner for Brown. Cross-court Garcia. Garcia down low for Mickey. Right corner Dunker. His shot is up and in. Dunker just inside the three-point line. Drills another one. He's got 8 points in the quarter. He's outscored the entire Wiggins team in this quarter. 13 in the game. Brush 43, Wiggins 21, 1:57 to go in the third. On the outside right, Kaysen Reisner with a basketball. Back out to Taryn Freehoff. He dribbles by Cranston, right baseline. Then he's fouled. I think Cranston got it with a body from behind. And he did. For Cranston, that'll be his second personal 14th foul. And Dalton Reisner to throw it in. In the right corner to Taryn Freehoff. Lob down low for Reisner. Too strong. Intercepted by Dunker. Dunker, middle of the lane. Bounce pass to Cranston. Cranston looked like he was fouled. He was as he missed. Plenty of ball, but plenty of body as well. Cranston to the line.
And going back to that out-of-bounds play, Jeffrey did a good job of sagging off of his man and being the help defensive person against Reisner. Being that tall and us being undersized, if they make an overpass at all, that should be our takeaway.
And a Cranston free throw is in as Tanner Freehoff committed the foul. What I liked about Cranston there is that he had that little head fake and got defenders in the air. You don't want to go straight up when you know that you're, like you mentioned, undersized. Second free throw is off to the right. Rebound and tip, no good by Ben Mickey. Here is Cranston with a rebound. Bee Diggers can reset. And they get it back out to Jeffrey Dunker. Dunker, long three in the air. Yes! Jeffrey Dunker's on fire in the quarter. 11 in the quarter and 16 in the game. 47-21 Brush, a minute 22 to go in the third. Tanner Freehoff stripped by Dunker out of bounds. We don't name players of the game until after the game, but Jeffrey Dunker, who was already a player of the game in the opening game of the season, making a strong case. He's unconscious this quarter. Here's the inbounds. Right corner, Tanner Freehoff three is no good. Strong side rebound controlled by Bryce Needham to Brush. The long pass to Garcia. Here's a 4-on-3 over to Needham, middle of the lane. Down low for Mickey, and he scores. Check that. That's Jake Brown on the left baseline. Jake Brown now with 9. The Bee Digger lead is 49-21. 1 minute to go here in this third quarter. And the Bee Diggers were leading 37-21, if I'm correct. And Aaron should be in a 12-0 run. Here's Reisner on the outside right. Backing at the top to Tanner Freehoff against Needham. Now to Reisner, right of the lane, spinning, double team, and then he's fouled. That'll be the 15th foul. And I think that was that Bryce Needham who committed the foul?
No, it was Ben Mickey.
And for Mickey, that is his first.
It was the right idea. He just got a hold of his arm instead of the ball.
Ernst to throw it in. Looking. Lob in the left corner to Cade Carlson, spinning, nearly stripped by Garcia, nearly tied up, dribbles the ball off his foot, gets it back. Bounce pass over there to Thayer Sauter. Now here's a three by Kaysen Reisner, no good. Ball is tipped out of bounds, and a Wiggins Tiger went over the back. And it looked like Carlson, and it was Carlson committing the third team foul. He went over the back, his second personal. 31.9 seconds to go. I mean, this Wiggins team has talent, but Brush is just deep. They're good, and they do have to get some shooters besides Reisner down low. Here is Ben Mickey, left of the lane, left corner, wide open, Cranston three, and that's no good. Rebound to Ben Mickey. Mickey dribbles, bounce pass cross court, intended for Brown. That is intercepted, and we've got a whistle and a foul. And foul was committed over there by
Trey Cranston?
Yeah. Well, it's only showing him with 2 on the board. I've got 3.
I think that is his third.
Yeah, I got his third
and a
foul.
steal.
And here is Ben Mickey, 2-on-1, all the way, left-handed layup, no, but he's fouled.
And that was a good take. You know, he saw what the defense was going to give him, jabbed at him, took it all the way when he backed off. So, good job.
Fouled by Ryan Ernst. And that should be Ernst's third it is, with 7.3 seconds to go. Brush is up 49-21, and they played last year in Brush, and Wiggins won the game, I believe, by about 16 points. It was a high-scoring game, and Wiggins took it to Brush. And Ben Mickey's free throw is in and out, second free throw upcoming.
Wasn't it?
It was game 2 of the season.
Wasn't it also fairly fast-paced? Wasn't it a lot of run and gun?
Yep. Second free throw is in. Wiggins had a very experienced team last year. 50-21 Brush. There's Kaysen Reisner with 4 seconds to go across midcourt. Swings it, and the pass intercepted by Cranston. And did we have a foul in the backcourt, or are they just going to let the quarter expire? And they will. And that's the end of the quarter. Wiggins committed 11 turnovers and scored just 5 points. The Beat Diggers in blowout fashion, leading Wiggins 50-21 after 3 quarters of play on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. John Beltran with Jen Goodall back from Wiggins High School. The Beat Diggers dominating the Wiggins Tigers 50-21. 20-5 third quarter for Brush, and Jeffrey Dunker was the story with 11 points. He's got 16 in the game. Dunker's out there with Jake Nichols, Kyle Rosenbrock, Mitch Tormolin, and Randy Baker. Darren Freehoff, Cade Carlson, Ryan Ernst, Thayer Sauter, and Tucker Teague for Wiggins. So Dalton Reisner not starting the fourth. Pass poked away by Baker out of bounds, intended for Sauter. Stays with Wiggins. I said the Beat Diggers wouldn't score 71 points in the game, but they still have a shot. 21 in the fourth after scoring 20 in the third. It would be their best quarter of the game, though. And normally with a big lead, you slow down the offense a little bit, or it's just not as consistent. And that entry pass intercepted by Baker. That is turnover number 28 for Wiggins. The Beat Diggers only with 12. Baker, the point guard in this situation, on the outside left to Dunker. Dunker with a basketball, looking to his right. Will backpedal. Dunker's nearly outscored the entire Wiggins team. Wiggins has 21 points. Dunker with 16. On the outside right to Rosenbrock. Yeah, the Beat Diggers are slowing down this offense a bit. Baker lob into Tormolin, poke from behind. Intercepted by Taryn Freehoff. Freehoff with a 2-on-3. He's going to have to back it out. Does to Ernst, left of the lane, and his shot is blocked out of bounds by Mitch Tormolin. And Tanner Freehoff will check into the game for Wiggins. Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Ehrlich Toyota East at 1209 Main Street in Fort Morgan will professionally fit you into a vehicle. Tanner Freehoff misses the 3, taken away by Dunker. Long pass to Randy Baker, and he puts it in. That was too easy for the Beat Diggers as Baker scores. He's got 8 in the game. Brush 52. Wiggins 21. 3 in the air is up back rim by Taryn Freehoff. And the ball is tipped around, taken by Dunker. Dunker with a 3-on-2. Dunker to Baker. Down low for Tormolin. Didn't expect it. Beat Diggers turn it over. Here comes Wiggins the other way. Ehrlich Toyota East at 1209 Main Street in Fort Morgan. Long pass tipped by Nichols. Here is Baker. Beat Diggers with a 3-on-1. Over to Dunker. Dunker banks, misses, fouled. Tanner Freehoff commits the foul. That's going to be his 4th. And Jeffrey Dunker to the line. And that for Wiggins is their 29th turnover. Dunker to shoot 2.
Should we talk about Mitch's shoes again?
Yeah, I mean, they're green and pink, and he's got like those light blue socks after the white, or is that the tongue of the shoe?
That's the tongue of the shoe.
Free throw is off to the right
it's
by
actually
Dunker.
A different color green is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a good look at him yesterday at practice. So you thought video game. So Hubert?
Yeah, that is.
He's probably too young to even know that video game.
Probably, yeah.
But I'll explain it to him.
You have to, yeah. And that'll make total sense as Dunker's second free throw is back rimmed. Dalton Reisner has the rebound. Reisner does have 14 rebounds tonight to go along with 12 points. He's been the lone bright spot here for Wiggins. Thayer Sauter with a basketball against Dunker. Cross-court pass to Kaysen Reisner. Left corner to Taryn Freehoff. Lob down low for Reisner, and looked like he was fouled on the floor. That'll be the 17th foul against Brush. Reisner to the line to shoot the 1-and-1. Beat Digger foul committed by Mitch Tormolin. Rough night for Mitch. He had a great game against Akron, but 4 rebounds, 4 fouls, and no points. And Tormolen's out. Trey Cranston is in. Jeffrey Dunker's out. Jake Brown is in.
Well, that's a large assignment for him to try and handle.
Yeah. We knew that before the game.
Yeah, he's taller than Mitch by a couple inches, and he's got good footwork. He's strong.
Free throw drops in. Digger lead is down to 30 at 52-22, but a very impressive victory tonight for Brush. We've still got 6:15 to go in the game. Second free throw is perfect. To this point, we played almost 10 minutes in the second half, and Brush has allowed a total of 7 points and only 1 field goal. Rosenbrock with the basketball in the lane, bounce pass to Cranston in the right corner. Cranston dribbles right of the lane, into the lane, back out to Baker, fakes the three, into the lane, looked like he was tripped up, he was. 16 foul against Wiggins. And the foul was committed by Taryn Freehoff, and I've got that as his 5th foul. Let's see if that's what the board says. Not his second. Oh, check that. It is his second. I was looking at Tanner Freehoff. Yeah, it is his second. Tanner Freehoff is 4. Cranston to throw it in. Cranston looking. Down low is Brown, and he misses an easy shot. And Cranston has the basketball down low for Rosenbrock. He banks it in. Cranston stripped it away. And Rosenbrock is able to score. He's got 6 points. Rush 54, Wiggins 23. 5:41 to go in the game. And here the shot by Sauter is knocked out of bounds by Rosenbrock on the drive to the basket. Ernst and Freehoff check in for both Reisners, Kazin and Dalton. Yeah, Dalton Reisner clearly frustrated back there. Taryn Freehoff to trigger it in. Bounce pass to Ernst in the right corner. Back to Taryn Freehoff. Right corner now, Tanner Freehoff, 3 in the air, back rimmed. And Trey Cranston has the rebound for Brush, his 5th board. Cranston across midcourt, towards the top, right of the lane. Bounce pass was kicked by Ryan Ernst. Beat Diggers retained possession. And we'll throw it in with 5:25 to go, 4th quarter. Brush 54, Wiggins 23. Austin Garcia in for Kyle Rosenbrock, Colorado Plains Medical Center, Level 3 Trauma Center. Ready to handle any kind of emergency. That's Colorado Plains Medical Center, bringing quality care to the community. Garcia, bounce pass to Nichols, banks, and in and out.
Ben Mickey also entered for Randy Baker.
Thayer Sauter grabs the rebound for Wiggins. On the outside left for the basketball is Taryn Freehoff at the top for Sauter. Outside left for Tucker Teague. Left corner for Tanner Freehoff. Stripped by Brown, gets it back. Kicks it back out on the bounce pass to Ernst. Bounce to Sauter. Right corner bounce pass to Teague. Double team down low for Sauter. Had to try to save it in. And it's thrown to the Beat Diggers and Jake Brown. Brown into the front court to Nichols. Now to Garcia. Down low, wide open. Mickey reverse layup misses. Thayer Sauter grabs the rebound for Wiggins. 4:45 to go. And Ryan Ernst in the front court is fouled by Trey Cranston. 18 foul for Brush. Ernst to the line for Cranston. That's his 4th personal. 1-and-1 situation. Ryan Ernst has not scored in the game as of yet. Here's the free throw for Ernst. That is up, and that's perfect. Second free throw upcoming. The Beat Digger lead is down to 30, 54-24 with 4:44 to go. That one is up, and that one's in. Rush by 29, 54-25. The basketball is Garcia. Garcia across the timeline, crossover dribble, dribbles by 2, right of the lane, down low, off the foot of Mickey, picked up by Nichols. He's fouled as he picked up the loose change and will go to the stripe.
You know, you have those moments, and I have to laugh because Jacob Nichols is one of the best kids we've got at Brush High. He just cracks me up. He's always got this just happy-go-lucky attitude about everything. That was a ball moment, and just fell into his hands, and he was just shocked.
Tucker T committed the foul. The free throw is in for Nichols. Second free throw upcoming. That one is short, and the ball is rebounded by Brown. Baseline shot, no good. And Beat Digger went over the back. I think it was Nichols. Yep. Well, the one thing you don't want to do here is commit fouls at this portion of the game.
Right.
It just extends the game. This Brush is up by 30 with 4:29 to go. Brush has committed 19 fouls. Wiggins with 7. So every foul from here on out will send the opposing team to the line. And Tucker Teague at the line for Wiggins. Free throw is in for Teague. Second free throw upcoming. He bends, he shoots, and that one's back rimmed. Cranston has the rebound for Brush. That's his sixth board. Long pass to Garcia. Back to Cranston. Cranston crosses the timeline with the Beat Diggers up 55-26, nearly stripped. On the outside left to Garcia. Gets a pick from Nichols at the top. Garcia free throw line back out to Mickey. Mickey between the legs, cross court to Garcia. Against Ryan Ernst. Garcia fakes the three left of the lane all the way, scoops it up, he misses, but there's a foul. With an even 4 minutes to go, Garcia to the line, and Ryan Ernst commits the foul for Wiggins. That is his fourth. Austin Garcia has not scored since the opening quarter. He'll have a chance right now. Lady Beat Diggers won earlier tonight over the Lady Tigers 50-33. Free throw is in. For Garcia, Brush up by 30 again. Kaysen Reisner checks in for Thayer Sauter. Again, we'll have the boys game coming up on Saturday, 4 o'clock against Bishop Matchbuff. That game will be played in Denver. Second free throw's in the air, and that one is around and no good. Rebound is controlled by Kaysen Reisner. Here comes Wiggins the other way. Taryn Freehoff, and he throws it right into the hands of Trey Cranston. And we got a timeout called by Brush, brought to you by State Farm Insurance and Greg Mullen. At the State Farm Insurance office, you can call Greg at 842-4555. A 1-minute break. Brush 56, Wiggins 26 on 1010 KSRR, KSRR.com. Digger basketball up by 30 with 3:46 to go, along with Jen Goodall. I'm John Beltran. Beat Digger basketball, Pablo Gutierrez in there for Brush, along with Victor Lopez. Down low, Brown turns, shoots, banks, misses. Dalton Reisner grabs the rebound for Wiggins, his 15th, over to Ryan Ernst. Ernst in the lane all the way, tries to force it up and is fouled. Can we stop with the fouling, please, on both sides? This game is well over. It's been over for a while. To the line will be Ryan Ernst. Beat Digger foul committed by Pablo Gutierrez. Of course, he's going to play aggressively since he doesn't get all the playing time that he'd like, but then again, he has to defer to some very solid players. Ernst misses the first free throw and the second as well. And Reisner has the rebound, goes back up and misses, and he's fouled. Wow, I'm looking for the nearest window. Victor Lopez commits the foul for Brush. Reisner has 14 points and 16 rebounds tonight. A solid double-double, and that free throw is short. Second free throw upcoming. Victor Lopez for the Beat Diggers in the game. And that one is around and no good, and Lopez grabs the rebound for Brush. Jake Brown with the basketball. Over to Gutierrez. On the outside right to Lopez. Lopez with the basketball in the lane, bounce pass towards Nichols, back to Lopez. He tries to put it up and he misses. And Dalton Reisner grabs his 17th rebound. 3:05 to go in the game. Brush leads 56-26. Tanner Freehoff with the basketball, back out to Dalton Reisner, spinning at the free throw line, left corner for Tucker Teague. He'll take the three, yes, for Tucker Teague. He's got 4 in the game. Brush 56, Wiggins 29. 2:45 to go. Here's Ben Mickey at the top against Teague. And he dribbles the ball off Teague's foot, then grabs it back. Mickey's got to get rid of it, spinning. Does to Jacob Nichols. Over to Jake Brown in the corner. Dribbles to his right in the lane all the way. Scoops it up off the glass and good. Jake Brown's got 11 in the game. He's the second Beat Digger in double figures. Tanner Freehoff the other way. Leans, offensive foul. Nice job of Victor Lopez accepting the contact. And Tanner Freehoff is gone. He is fouled out. And Wiggins now clearing the bench. Well, they have cleared the bench, and that becomes an instant nightmare. because, let's see, where's that roster? They got a ton of players. Here come the Beat Diggers with Ben Mickey. 2:11 to go. Brush 58, Wiggins 29. Victor Lopez with the basketball. On the outside right to Jake Brown at the top for Pablo Gutierrez. Not a nightmare because they're playing. It's just we're seeing players that haven't played tonight. Here's Ben Mickey, 16-foot pull-up off to the right. Ball is loose on the floor. Jacob Nichols has it for Brush. He'll kick it back out. Here's Gutierrez in a lane, scoops it up, too strong. Rebound to Levi Schutz. And Gutierrez commits a foul in the backcourt. Yeah, you know if he's in the game, you can excuse if he commits a foul because he's played very little this season. So at the line will be Levi Schutz. This will be the double bonus for Wiggins. And the first free throw's up and in. Schutz is in the scoring column. And the second free throw is perfect. Well, Wiggins has 10 points in this quarter. Only one field goal. They've got 7 free throws. On the outside left is Mickey. 58-31 Brush. 1:33 to go. Here's Brown right of the lane. Bounce pass back out to Gutierrez. Gutierrez dribbles by Schutz. Kicks it back out to Mickey. Mickey with 1:24 to go. Left corner for Gutierrez. Dribbles left baseline all the way. He's got an easy layup, and he banks and scores. And he is quick.
He is quick, and he's also a really good role player. Pablo has one of the best attitudes of any kid I know. He accepts his role. He works hard. He does his best.
And Gutierrez knocks the ball out of bounds, intended for Caleb Cardwell, a sophomore. To throw it in will be Colvin Bassler.
And most of the time when you see him, he's grinning from ear to ear about something.
Bassler bounce pass in the right corner, 3 in the air, and that's an air ball. Taken away by Victor Lopez of Brush. Here is the long pass, and a layup is missed by Brown. Levi Schutz grabs the rebound. 53 seconds to go. Brush 60, Wiggins 31. Brush girls won tonight by 17. Where the basketball is Bassler. Near the top is Caleb Cardwell. Dribbles by 2, and then had the shot blocked out of there by Mickey. Here is Gutierrez ahead of the field. Lays it up too strong. Rebound to Mickey. Mickey will take it back out. Smart move by the junior, Ben Mickey, with only 27 seconds to go. And he's going to be content to dribble out the clock if the Tigers don't guard him. And now they pick him up with 19 seconds to go. Brush didn't get to 71 tonight like they did the first 2 games, but a great effort. And the defense was outstanding. Mickey with 9 seconds to go, looking up at the clock. Crossover dribble, gets it back out to Pablo Gutierrez. Gutierrez will just spin, and that's the end of the game. The final score tonight. Brush 60, Wiggins 31. We'll take a 1-minute break on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. John Beltran, Jen Goodall back from Wiggins High School, where the Beat Diggers have completed the doubleheader sweep as they defeat the Wiggins Tigers 60-31. Welcome to the Beat Digger postgame show, brought to you by Buildings by Design. Buildings by Design and Brush takes pride in their workmanship and quality of their relationships with clients. For a free bid, call Pat Walter, 842-5837. Building today's business, Buildings by Design. The Beat Diggers led 13-8 after 1 against Wiggins, then broke it open in the second quarter with a 17-8 run for a 30-16 lead, then 20-5 in the third, and it was 50-21 after 3. Both teams scored 10 points in the fourth, and Brush won the game again 60-31. Visiting Beat Diggers had 10 players tonight in the scoring column, and 2 in double figures, led by Jeffrey Dunker with 16 points. 11 for Jake Brown, next up in the scoring column. 8 points for Randy Baker, and then Kyle Rosenbrock with 6, 5 apiece for Bryce Needens and Austin Garcia. 3 points in the game for Ben Mickey and Jake Nichols. 2 points for Pablo Gutierrez, and 1 point in the contest for Trey Cranston. As for the hometown Tigers, they had 14 points tonight from Dalton Reisner, who had a monster game with 14 points and 17 rebounds. 6 points in the game from Cade Carlson, 4 from Tucker Teague, 3 points from Taryn Freehoff, 2 apiece for Levi Schutz and Ryan Ernst. Beat Diggers unofficially out-rebounded Wiggins 39-24, and leading the Beat Diggers with 7 boards unofficially was Jeffrey Dunker, 17 rebounds, as we mentioned, for Dalton Reisner. And 14 turnovers tonight for Brush, 32 for Wiggins at the free throw line. Wiggins 11 of 18, 61%. Beat Diggers only 10 out of 20, 50%. I'm sure that's something that head coach Ken Garcia would like to improve upon coming up in future games. But when you're up by 25, 30 points, free throws don't take on the same meaning as they do when you're involved in tight games. Coach, the one thing we noticed going in as we're joined by head coach Ken Garcia is that it was going to be tough, and your team did a better job of it. But early on, very difficult that is, to contain Dalton Reisner of Wiggins, just a big, strong kid, and Mitch Tormolen and the rest of the Beat Diggers had their hands full.
Yeah, he certainly is a load, and we got in foul trouble with our big guys, which, compared to him aren't big guys, but we just have to do the best we can, and we needed to do better with positioning and get him in foul trouble a little bit so that he's on the bench instead of our guys, and that's what I told him we needed to do a little bit better job of.
Did you feel that you were starting to wear down this team as early as the second quarter, maybe late in the first, because you already had like 9 or 10 players in there midway through the first quarter? It was only a 13-8 game after one, but once you got into that rhythm in the second quarter, it just seemed that the helter-skelter pace at times certainly benefited your team and not Wiggins.
Well, again, with the depth that we have on our team, we want to get out and push some people, and if they don't have the depth, then it's going to show, not necessarily in the first quarter, maybe not in the second quarter, the second half. We just keep that pace up, and then it'll pay off for us in the long run. So that's what we try to do. We got enough people. They're going to get playing time. We got to get up and down the floor.
I think you've had 3 different leading scorers at each of the first 3 games. Jeffrey Dunker tonight, talk about his play, because he scored 16 points on fire in the third, but he makes a lot more contributions than just with the scoring in that third quarter.
He's a very dynamic player, passing the basketball. He's got a wonderful shot. He's got a great release, and I just enjoy watching the ball when it releases, when it goes, off his hand, and he makes great plays for us. We got to clean up his dribbling a little bit. He got called for some turnovers, getting his hand underneath the ball, but we'll continue to work on that, and he's just going to continue to get better, and that's what we're asking to do out of all of our players.
How would you grade the passing, the distribution of the basketball tonight with your team offensively?
I thought, for the most part, we did a good job with it. A couple times we tried to force it and or pass it late, and it got us in a little bit of trouble. But as long as the kids are looking for other teammates that are open, a turnover is going to happen here or there. But more often than not, good things are going to happen. And so I really appreciate our kids not being too selfish and distributing the basketball to everybody.
Akron scored 66 points the other night. Wiggins 31 tonight. We know that Akron is a superior opponent to Wiggins, but did you necessarily play a lot better defense tonight here against Wiggins than you did against Akron, or do you look back at that game now and you combine it with this effort against another 2A school and say, boy, we played another pretty solid defensive game? It's just that obviously Akron had their big score, and Wiggins, their only scorer, was a guy that operated down low, and they had virtually no perimeter game, so it was easier to defend from that standpoint.
Well, we did a few things different in this game. We played a little bit more man-to-man, so our pressure was up a little bit. And, there's nobody that's as, awesome with the basketball than Brady. And so when you face Akron, those are the things that you're going to have to deal with. And, he just started lighting it up, and we couldn't contain him. And tonight, they didn't have that one athlete from the outside who can just drain it from wherever, and so it was to our advantage, and that's why the score was a little more lopsided.
Ken, appreciate the time. Congratulations. We'll see you Saturday in Denver.
Thank you. That's
head coach Ken Garcia as the Beat Diggers defeat Wiggins tonight by a score of 60-31, and the Beat Diggers once again out rebounding this team 39-24. We mentioned the turnover total and everything from the free throw line. Jen Goodall rejoins me, and time for the Beat Digger Player of the Game, brought to you by T.O. Charlie, 700 West Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan. And they will not be beat by anyone when it comes to price. They'll help you find a car that fits your needs and budget. If you don't see what you want, T.O. Charlie's will find it for you. Log on to TOCharliesFTM.com to view inventory, current specials, and apply for a loan online. Drive away with confidence at T.O. Charlie's. Jen, I know he was the player of the game, game one, but there's no doubt who the player of the game was again tonight, even though it's a team win for Brush.
Jeffrey Dunker, he started getting things moving a little bit quicker the way that we want to play. As Brush, as you just heard Coach Garcia say, they want to get up and down the floor a little bit, that fast pace. He kind of lit a firecracker in the third quarter and got him moving.
Beat Diggers outscored Wiggins in that third 20-5. He had 11 of those points, so he outscored Wiggins by more than double of Wiggins' total as the Wiggins Tigers fall to 0-1. The Beat Diggers improve to 3-0 on the season. They'll be back in action coming up on Saturday. That's our next game because we'll have Beat Digger wrestling against Mesa Ridge on Friday at 6:30 from Brush. So we'll be at Bishop Matchbuff High School Saturday at 4 o'clock when the Beat Diggers take on Bishop Matchbuff right here on 1010 as well as KSIR.com. We upload all the audio from these games to our YouTube and the KSIR B106 channel on YouTube. Sound engineer and producer of Brush Beat Digger basketball has been Rose Condas. For Jen Goodall, I'm John Beltran. The Lady Beat Diggers get it done tonight over at Wiggins. That is 50-33, and the Brush boys defeat Wiggins 60-31 right here on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com.